Hello everybody, and in this video I'm going to go over my process for drawing the legs. So let's get started with the measurements. Alright, so for the measurements, just remember everything is based on this circle right here. So just keep that in mind. So for the first thing I want to think about is the pelvis area, and it starts right here. Then think about the end of the groin, so this area right here. Then the next area, just go ahead and duplicate that same circle. You're not focusing on like the middle lines or the lines that sort of kind of are right here. The legs are simpler, so you just focus on the whole entire circle. Then you just mark off for your knees, and so your knees are here. Then I will say like your pelvis. Oh, my spelling is probably wrong, but anyway, knees, pelvis, groin. Then last you have right here, and this is where I like to put my ankles. And then last, just measure out like 1/3 portion right here, and that should be where the heel is, and then just a little bit for the feet. So the heel is right here, and then you have your feet, and that's it for the measurements for the legs. Like, I feel like the legs are a little bit more simpler than most of the other human body parts, especially when it comes to measurements, because there's not that much to worry about except when you get to the feet, but then that should be easier. And that's it for the measurements. Okay, so now I want to go over the basic shapes that I use for the legs. So for the overall shape of the legs, I normally try to think about the legs like this. This is a more simple version of it. It's sort of kind of like a little lightning bolt. On one side goes out this way, and the other side goes out that way. Then you have, this is the basic shape that I kind of use for legs. I mean, it sort of kind of gets altered a little bit, but when I'm thinking about the shape of the legs, this is where I go. So just gonna review a little bit. So let's go back to the shapes that I use for the pelvis, because it sort of kind of connects to the legs. So I use this sort of kind of like boomerang, bean shape, or T shape, or whatever you want to call it. This shape right here. Then next, I just go ahead and sort of kind of close it off a little bit. So the main reason I'm closing it off, so I can get more clear distinction of where the sort of kind of torso ends and the legs sort of kind of start, because sort of kind of legs sort of kind of start a little bit up here, but you do have this little portion here. So it just a marker for me. So then after I do that, sort of kind of just like find the center line, find the center of the squares, and then I make the sort of kind of legs, well, not legs, but the femur come out. Again, I try to keep the line that's kind of representative of the femur, make that a little bit more, try to keep it as straight as I can. Then next, I draw this little kind of diamond shape for the knees. So draw the little diamond shape for my knees. And the reason why I draw like this diamond shape is because sort of kind of your knees bend a lot, so it's easier for me to get like a understanding of, okay, this is going to be something that bends in space. So when I'm using the when I'm doing the legs in like perspective, this is like really easier for me to visualized. Then next, we move on to this weird this part of the lightning bolt shape. So then I just come out a little bit, then I go straight back down to the heel. Then I do the same thing on the other side, come out, straight back down to the heel. And I like doing this better than like actually making the legs like too straight or making the line too straight. It leads to more of a dynamic feel to the drawing, and it helped me keep that like exciting feel. Sometimes like it just drawing a straight line like this, so it kind of makes it dull and boring, at least for me. And that's it for, well, I'll just go ahead and get the shapes I use for the heel. So again, for the heel, I just go ahead and just make it a triangle like this. And then for the rest of the legs, or the rest of the feet, right now I just don't do the feet. The feet normally come later. So reason why I just mark the heel is because the heel to me is a better marker for putting your figure in perspective. Is because sometimes the feet, again, I mentioned later that I get thrown off by feet a lot, so just doing the heel so it kind of helps me, because your feet are weird, so they can come out if like you're looking like at somebody, but if somebody's turning around, you know, they sort of kind of go back this way. So that's why I sort of kind of wait to do the feet. Okay, now for the shapes for the muscle. So just remember, the muscle structures or the shapes that I use aren't representative of actual muscles. They're just me breaking down the complex shapes of the human muscles and the legs. Okay, so for the upper leg, I like to start at like this point and then this point. And then I just basically, this is a simplified version of the upper shape. I just go from this point on down and then connect from this point on down. So, and this one has like a little curve in it. So try to curve like sort of kind of outwards a little bit. So that's a simplified version of the legs. And it's good for people who don't have very muscular legs, but if I'm trying to portray that someone is very muscular in their build, I do sort of kind of add on like one more shape, and that's coming from like here. Then I come out a little bit, so that's like sort of kind of this point right here where I sort of kind of go out a little bit with the lightning bolt shape, go out a little bit, then like trying to swoop back up through the groin. So yeah, that's just that one little shape I do for muscular people. It's because sometimes like with muscle people, you'll have like more definition on the legs, so there's like a bigger difference in the shape. So with that done, we move down to the calves. And for the calves, they're kind of easy. So I kind of just do, if you remember the little Pac-Man shape I do, it's sort of kind of the same thing. I just, yeah, kind of just do this shape right here. And then for the other part of the lower leg, just go ahead and connect that down. And now for the ankles. So ankles, I think, sort of kind of come out as like a little slant like this. Then we move on to the heel. And again, still the heel shape is the same. Then I get on the feet. Once I decide where the feet is gonna go, then I just basically come in and just do like this kind of shape right here. It's like a very simple shape. So some things to keep in mind is this. So the little diamond shape I use, so it kind of points to where the feet are, or the position of the feet. So I'll show you what I mean. So you see how this is the knee and it's pointing down to where the feet are going to be. If it was turned like this way, then that would mean your feet would have to turn as well. So this is like looking at a side view. So that just means your feet will be at the side view. So just kind of keep your feet in line with each other. They're supposed to be like, I would say, like a little imaginary line connecting everything. So just try to keep that in mind. Because I know sometimes when I used to draw feet or the legs, like I would have, like this would be the leg, the knee. Then sometimes the feet would be coming out like this way. And that's actually like a broken leg right there. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna do the speed drawings of me drawing some legs. I forgot to mention the back of the legs. The back legs are like mostly simple. The only difference is you have, of course, the butt in the back, and also the knees. You don't have the knee in the back, so just try to make the where the knees are supposed to be in the back just less bony looking, or give them less definition. And also the calves. So when you're drawing the back of the calves, just remember the calves are in the back. So just have that, make sure you show the muscle in the back. Other than that, that should be everything. Like I said, drawing the legs are probably the easiest part. So that should be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye.